Hey everybody, Cal here, bringing you episode 36 of our Necromancers Let's Play of Total War Warhammer. Last time where we left things off, we had faced off against a Vanaheimlings, there we go, Vanaheimlings army up at Helmgart. We did lose Helmgart again. We do have Wulfric taking attrition in our land here. But we're going to go ahead and pull back with Heinrich to defensible position in Altdorf. I think we're going to turf the spearmen for now. The rest we're going to hold on to, heal up a little bit, get Abrash out, and deploy here. Out in the middle of the Empire, we have
my puppets die.
We have Helming Gorst and Rickert is down here. Now there's quite a few things we want to build. We can upgrade Nuln. Warpbad has some upgrades. Averland, I think we were just going to put some more money making in here. Yes, we were. And then send him up this way. Is that the best way? I guess that's the fastest way to get up to Nuln. Or maybe it's up through this. Yeah, okay. So Rickert is going to head up there. We're going to upgrade Nuln, and then have Temperbad put in our... actually, it might be a good idea to put in the walls now, sooner rather than later. I'm pretty sure we can get ahead of Throg. Helming Gorst, I think we're going to send him up. So Throg should be able to get up to about here. Which means that if we can get up to... He's probably going to head this way, up and over to Kemperbad. So if we can get up here and lay a trap, I think we should be able to get up there. There is good as well. And yeah, so if we're not seen, which is likely, then we'll be able to have an ambush there, and we may as well just raise a few more dead to round out the army. Maybe we'll just grab another spearman and actually 2 zombies and a skeleton, just because skeletons are slightly better. So that's what's going to be waiting there.
Now,
over here we had Melchior starting to build up an army here. We started out with just a few skeletons. I think we haven't done a Black Knight, or I think Black Knights are just so cheap. They're just so cheap. I mean they're still 200 a turn, but very cheap compared to the possible alternatives. So I think we may go with sort of a knight heavy army with Melchior. That might be a fun thing to do, with just a couple Grave Guard mixed in there. Yeah, because the Black Knights are actually cheaper than the Grave Guard. How do they compare stat-wise? Black Knights match up favorably in speed and charge bonus. The Grave Guard are better otherwise, but I mean they are cavalry and all that sort of thing that goes with it. So why don't we? Okay, I think we're gonna grab one more unit of skeleton warriors. Or actually, let's grab 2 units of spearmen for the flanks, and then we're gonna grab 3 units of Black Knights. Does that seem good? And we might want some flyers in here to tie things up for us. That might be good as well. So actually, we'll fill up on bats first, and then get our Black Knights. So I think 2 units of bats, 3 units of bats, and then 3 units of Black Knights. So buy our cheap units first. No reason to pay the income, pay the money before we're going to use them, because this area is not under any kind of threat right now. And then all the way in the east, we have Gustav and Ludwig, who are on a journey up through the World's Edge Mountains to Mount Gunbad, which should be right here. It's going to take a while. If I hold down the right click here, it says that in 4 turns we'll be up to here. That should get us in striking distance of Mount Gunbad. So we're going to just raid our way up this way. Of course, we're not making any money right now,
I'll be all-powerful.
but we are moving. And of course, I left him in forced march by accident. Might as well just get him up in front to see things. He does have the Ludwig does have the attrition reduction. We're going to once again merge our units together to reduce the total amount of attrition that we are taking. And down here, I noticed that actually Black Crag has almost 5k income a turn here. Yeah, there's... Yeah, for 4,800, that's insane. So I think we are actually going to move Magdalene up here, up this way, into... This is Black Crag. This counts Black Crag as well. Where does it switch over? Iron Rock, Iron Rock, Iron Rock, Black Crag. Okay, move her up here. So she should be in Black Crag right now. Let's just check to make sure. Black Crag, yep. And we're going to deploy her because... and that should take it down by a good amount. That's 400 a turn. A couple of units of dwarves out of money. So we're just going to raid our way up this way, and we're going to aim to take out Mount Gunbad, which I hope it does not have too much of a garrison, because I mean, we have a good army, but I really want to just take that out. I have to kill the dwarves' income because they have too many armies for me to deal with right now, especially when I'm also trying to think about Chaos and Norska up in the north. Let's just check our armies to make sure we haven't missed anybody. Katriana is... Christiana, I'm sorry, is up here. We should... Also... Yeah, we're... and diplomatically, basically only the greenskins like us, but there's not really a good reason for us to ally with them because they're nowhere near us able to help with anything. They're just sort of... I mean, they're already fighting the dwarves, so I don't need to do anything to encourage that. And generally, the humans and the dwarves around me will dislike me more if I were to ally with them. So up here, we have a damaged Kislev. The garrison is also not in great shape. But this is not a terribly threatening. In fact, that's a pathetic. That's a pathetic army right there. So I think we're just gonna let that keep on happening. Not really particularly too worried about it. We should be able to fend them off just fine. We aren't making any money here though, so I'm just wondering if it's worth it to. Can I not? Oh, it's under siege. Is it really?
Bring their life force.
Ah, it is under siege. Well, okay, we'll let the siege continue onwards. That's a terrible, really just, that's a bad army for doing a siege. So we'll let them go on with that because I think we can take it when it happens, and we can go ahead and end the turn. Dwarfs doing work in the south, unfortunately. It seems like they've had to downsize their armies somewhat. Oh, and okay, the number of heroes coming down sort of indicates that Chaos is pushed down probably around Volkskrag or Prague at this point. Okay, and we are going to get our ambush here. It says we have not good chances. Not really sure why. Their only magical damage is coming from Haka and these fellas. Should we pull back from this? It seems like we have much better chances than the balance power would indicate. Not really sure what they think they're going to do here. I mean, the Martyr Champions are good, but we have also a good army. I think we're going to fight this one. I think this can be won. Especially if we act well on the initial attack. We might be assuming that I'm just going to charge into their anti-large units with my large units. I don't know. Not sure. I mean, Throg is also quite powerful, so that's something to take into consideration. And he is magical. Does do magical damage. Okay, we're starting with 6 magic. We should probably gamble on that. And it brings it up to 7. Well, it's better than 6, I guess. We're going to go ahead and start deployment. So we have armored skin wolves in the back here. They are pretty threatening. The Marauder hunters with javelins are fairly weak. Marauder champions, strong. They're pretty strong. Weapon strength isn't too high though, and they don't have any resistance to fear. So I think the key is going to be to try to lock down their ranged units and get some anti-large into the skin wolves. Ideally some armor piercing as well. So I think we're going to need a unit of Cairn Wraiths. Yeah, we're going to put a unit of Cairn Wraiths back here, along with our 2 anti-large spearmen units, and they're all going to collapse in on Skin Wolves and the Marauder Horsemasters. So they're all going to collapse in from 3 directions here. So these guys together are going to be a group. These guys in the middle. Yeah, okay. So these guys, I guess, will be group 3 maybe? I don't know. I think the groups are going to be a little bit weird this time around. At the same time, we need something at the head of the army to try to take out these fellas. The Mortis engine might not be a bad idea to try to just sort of wear down Throg and Haka, but they're going to need some meat shields around it. So let's get the Skeleton Warriors and zombies up here as some defensive units. Actually, I think I'm also going to put Hildegard up on this side. Not going to put her in any group except for with the other caster. Helman Gorst, he is a large unit, so I think he's going to start out here. He's also not very fast. We don't want him getting involved in that battle over there. But yeah, so the Mortis engine will do well with, I think, we don't really want the Cairn Wraiths up here because those guys have magical damage. So I think the rest of the Cairn Wraiths are going to come in from the forest here with the sort of running out of units here. Okay, so I think the Hex Wraiths and Chillgeists are going to come in and try to get into Marauder Hunters with javelins, probably once again from both sides, and just try to shut them down, and then put up our usual group 6 of the Vargeists. They should be far enough away that they're going to be hitting into things up here rather than these javelins back there. Why don't we just group these guys together as group? Okay, so I think these guys are going to be group 2, and then these fellas, as well as these fellas on the other side, up here with Gorst. Okay, we want poison in the middle. Okay, and as I said, okay, we're going to swap these guys to be, like it shows here, or actually got it backwards, haven't we? Okay. These guys as group 1, line them up here. These guys are also going to be group 1, but they're going to be coming in from the forest side, so they can't take, so they're not taking as many shots, I should say. And then I think the Crypt Horrors are going to have to be up here and grouped up with the Mortis engine and the skeletons and zombies. as group 4. So these guys are all going to collapse in on Throg. These guys are all going to collapse in on the Marauder Champions, and these guys are going to go in here. We're going to have to start with the fast units, so these ones, and then move our way up to the front with our attack orders. So let's go ahead and start the battle. These guys get in here, these guys get in here. Wow, that guy is fast. These ones we want to get into the Lord, and then these guys we want to move up. Get the heck away from Throg, actually. These guys should all be faster than they are. Okay, and these fellas get in Marauder Horsemasters. Drop these guys in here. Send them in there. Alright, so the Mortis Engine is fighting Throg in the woods. That's not ideal. Okay, so we're going to toss in some fireballs down the line here if we could. Okay, so these guys are going to follow the Skin Wolves. These guys are going to head down this way. Group 2, pull back. And actually try to get ready to actually pull into these guys. Group 1, collapse in on here. Group 6, get ready up here. Helm and Gorst. Try to keep this area alive, actually. Things are not going well over here. Okay. Doing alright, though. 2 could get around over here. How are these guys doing? Doing okay. Toss some fire in there. Try to get into these guys. Get some of these ones over here. Some of these ones to push in over here. These guys need to get up and over and into these Marauder Champions. Our Lord is doing okay. We could use some more of these Grave Guard, though. Get these guys up in the air again. Cairn Wraiths need to help out over here. Okay, these guys are taking damage from javelins. That's less than ideal. We want to get the Mortis Engine away from Throg. We can do a single charge in there and then get out. Try to get the Mortis Engine into these Marauder Hunters with javelins. If we could get these fellas into Throg, just put them in place for a bit, that would be fantastic. While Group 2 moves up this way, take care of the rest of these Marauders with javelins. Hildegard is doing pretty okay over here, actually. These guys could come in and help with the Skin Wolves. Okay. We need to keep this on up. Keep this going on up. Okay. That's going okay up there. These guys are cleaning things up over here. Yeah, so we need to get these guys up here, finish off these Marauder Hunters with javelins. Alright, I think these guys are all stood around here. Okay, so now we're going to have to try to deal with Throg. And I think we're going to try Spirit Leeching him to death. Spirit Leech him? Maybe? Yes? Yes, no? Hit him with a fireball. Kill these guys. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Group 2 is up here, victorious. And get them into these Marauder champions. These guys should do well against the Marauder champions. These guys just need to stay alive. Okay, and now we are out of Winds of Magic, which is not a good situation to be in. But we do seem to have some terror kicking in, and we have won the day. Okay, so things were pretty touch and go for a while there, but I think we can just set Group 2 on Throg here. Actually, we'll put the Chillgeist on Haka, and the Mortis Engine on Throg as well. Okay, and things are going. That went, yeah, like that went about how I thought it would. I mean, we lost a bunch of stuff, but it was definitely not a complete stomp by any means. Like the auto resolve said, we were just gonna die, which is sort of weird. Let's just send our Group 1 actually can just sit up over by Helm and Gorst, regen some hit points. Chillgeist should hopefully be able to take care of this hero for us. While the Mortis Engine and yeah, so that might take a while, but Mortis Engine will have Throg tick down. So even if he doesn't die, which it looks like he has a lot of health. But the rest of our forces will just chill out over here. We could get the Vampire to go over and help with Throg, actually. If we can figure out where he is. Where is Throg? Did he get off the map? I don't think so. I think the heroes got away, but we're going into the battle there. Gives us a Pyrrhic victory, as it always does as Vampire counts. I can't do anything about that, guys. Decent kills on the Cairn Wraiths. Yeah, we just had to make sure to keep them away from Throg. Took a lot of damage on the Hex Wraiths. Mostly needlessly from these Marauders with Javelins. Unfortunately not able to pin them in place effectively. Yeah, these Marauder champions are what are they? Marauder champions? They're pretty powerful. They all died though. So they're gone. So it'd be 1360 Dark Magic or 2% loot replenishment. That would keep the zombies alive. I don't really care about the zombies staying alive, so we're just gonna take the money. I've been taking the money quite often lately. So Throg, we should be able to push it into him, take him out next turn. But okay, raiding by Wulfric is affecting Order. Assault Garrison success in Fort Oberstyre. We have Public Order +2 in all provinces for Helm and Gorst. Alright, that's pretty good. That's really actually amazingly good. Ambush defense chance 10% for the Warlock. From a Warlock. That's very good. I should give that to somebody. And another Restless Spirit, Gravedigger, all quite useful. So, what have we got going on up here? We have Korok Blood Feast. So that's a. I can already tell from this is a fairly scary army. It's Investigor, Gores, Giant, Minotaurs with Shields. So that's a nasty army. Not to mention a level 22 Lord, heading things up. Helm and Gorst. Helm and Gorst should we'll just finish off Throg here, I think. He has nowhere to run. Go ahead and auto-resolve this. Apparently we lost a unit of Graveguard there. Or we could just bring them back. Yeah, let's do that. Let's choose not to lose that unit of Graveguard. We picked up another Scab Scrath. So that's a pretty good weapon for a Necromancer to hold. If we go into Force March, can we get up into Talabheim, or actually we just go into Word Bad? Start regenning there. We don't need these zombies around. So that's how that's going to go. And Helm and Gorst has gained a level. So he's gone all the way down the blue line. We put a point into the red line, and I think he really does need more magic. So we're going to get the second point in Danse Macabre, and then go up this way. I'm not even going to bother with the Gaze of Nagash. It's really, really terrible. I tried it out in a custom battle just to see the other day, and it was exactly as bad as I thought it was going to be, which is pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Okay, so Ludwig, we're going to put him to first into regular stance, then we're going to march him to just under 50%. Should be here.
Necropolis awaits.
And then we can get him to raiding, which, yeah, so Mount Gunbad is making 3570 a turn, so it's good for us to get up there. Yeah, so that's quite a bit of raiding income, actually, that we're going to get. And I think next turn, at least one of these armies will be in range to strike at Mount Gunbad. So let's take a look at the garrison here. It is all the way up to level 6, but does not seem to have any extra defenses in it. So it does not have, it's not very well defended at all. What does it say the sack value on this is? Estimated sack value is almost 20k. So yeah, we're gonna hit that this turn, next turn, soon, and we're gonna make a big boatload of money out of it, and hopefully just decimate the dwarven economy, as Magdalene is doing just now. Yeah, it's interesting. The dwarves don't seem to have downgraded their units. They've just gotten the same number of armies, but they just have smaller ones. They're all like 14 units in each army, which is interesting. They just decided to go maximum as elite as possible, but slightly smaller armies. Interesting choice by the AI. Okay, up here we have Heinrich Kemmler, who is within striking distance of Wulfric. I wonder if Wulfric is going to try to siege us or something in here. That would be very foolish. He's taking quite a bit of attrition here. I thought that raiding should... Apparently... Huh. So apparently the Wulfric's raiding doesn't seem to stop attrition. He's got all these heroes and everything, but everybody's very beat up. Like he has this almost dead Feral Manticore in here, for example. So I think I might just take... is it Rambert or... No, it's Abarash who has the... bonuses to attack. Assault the units. We try to assassinate Wulfric, but that's got a pretty good chance of just killing us. Assassinating these guys is mostly pointless. I'm just going to try to assault units here. That was successful. Might is right. Public order +1 for every concurrent war with a neighboring faction. Very nice. Yeah, it's taking them down even lower. So I'm not too worried about this. I'm just going to let him come to me. I mean, I guess I could raise up an army here, but I mostly don't see the point, because we're going to have the Altdorf garrison if he comes up this way. And if he doesn't go up this way, then we'll have some other garrison. Actually, he might be heading over to Kemperbad, because Kemperbad does not have walls. So, I mean, we could get Heinrich over there. Could get up in front of him. Might not be a bad idea. Give Abarash his skill point, which I think was in Drill Master. We're going to just go down there. Make him buff up the army by in peacetime. I'm not sure. I think we're going to wait to see what Wulfric does. No matter where he goes, he's going to be weaker next turn. So I think whatever he does next turn is when we will we'll raise an undead army and go after him then. Down here in Sylvania, I think... Okay, so if I wanted to go up here, what is the fastest route? The fastest route is up through Eastern Sylvania. Still like 4 turns away though, so I think we're gonna go up near the border and camp out here instead, and continue our recruitment campaign. Now, if we are going in against, if we're going against the war herd, then regular Black Knights would be fine, and regular Graveguard and Skeletons will all be okay. But if we go against Chaos, we're going to need the armor-piercing damage, which I think the Ghosts seem pretty effective for that. So I think we're going to go with the Black Knights is so cheap. There's no reason not to get like 4 units of them. And then maybe just another set of bats. So we have 4 units of bats to hold units in place, and then 4 units of cavalry to follow up. That'll bring us up to 16, and then we can pop across the border to Eastern Sylvania and recruit us some ghosts next turn. So why don't we get our recruitment mode going? Losing 5% income will be sad for a couple turns, but it'll be worth it. And I think everybody's been moved. Everybody's doing stuff. Oh, Kemmler is... No, Kemmler's just hanging out here. Oh, you're right. We want to move Rickert up into... so, Wartbad. Okay, do we want to get the recruitment buildings in Wartbad, or do we want to get Nuln up to the next level? I think we're going to get Nuln up to the next level first. That seems like the more important task. Yeah, so that's nice and cheap. Nice and cheap. And this is Crypt Ghouls versus Graveguard with great weapons. Seeing as how we're fighting Chaos, this is not a bad call at all. So we're just going to keep our defenses up as high as we can get them. Because we're under pretty concentrated attack from Chaos now. We're seeing this Greyherd army first, but there's sure to be a bunch of stuff right behind it. So we're gonna have to fall back and see what we can do, and hopefully Gustav can get up and around out of the mountains in time to save us with his armor-piercing army of cool. So go ahead and end the turn there, and we're gonna be. My prediction is we're gonna see Chaos come down in this end turn phase. I didn't see the dwarves do anything. That's interesting. Greenskins have a Wa, so yeah, with any luck, that means that they're taking care of things up there. Kislev is definitely going to fall, but I think taking it was definitely the right choice. Okay, so Wulfric is sieging Altdorf because he wants to die, I think. That's all I can understand from that sort of behavior. Yep, so there is the Chaos army. So Altdorf is being sieged. Picked up Master of the Swarm, so our Fellbats are nice and tanky. Let's just take a look. Which army is the first one that we see up here? Ah, it's Archaon, with all of his cool items, 25% ward save, armor plus 12. Yeah, all kinds of good stuff that is gonna hurt when he hits us with it. That's what's gonna happen. I like that public order is still rising in Kislev. Malcontent's leaving for the rebellion. So I guess this rebellion is still increasing units or something? Maybe they're getting... I'm not really sure what's happening here. Maybe we may have broken the rebellion mechanic somehow. But I'd definitely rather have these guys attacking me than these guys. These guys. Still can't see any more units of their army. So we do have to pick some more skills to try to unlock. I think we're going to go for the deciphering the Nephkaran. What's it called? So Blasphemous Disciples, and then Decipher Nehekhara manuscripts. for increased money from our Necromancer libraries, which we're building everywhere, because we have a theme. Because we have a theme. Okay, so we can't get into Mount Gunbad this turn, but I predict that we should be able to be moving up enough that next turn Ludwig can start a siege. So I think we're going to have to siege with Ludwig's army, which means that we should probably start trying to fill up on zombies and skeletons, everything we can get. That also increases the amount that we're raiding from them, so I think on the whole it helps. So we're going to try to get Ludwig's army as big as we can, so that he's going to go in first with his bats and wolves that are nice and expendable, and then Gustav will come in as reinforcements to actually take care of the siege. Up here, Melchior has his 4 units of Black Knights, and we're just going to head across the border here, north, as far north as we can go, so he's ready to head up north, and we are going to recruit. All right. I think we definitely need some Crypt Horrors. 2 units of Crypt Horrors, 2 units of Cairn Wraiths, and that's going to fill up the army. So I think that's a fairly balanced setup. Yeah, so we have a good chunk of armor piercing here. Well, I mean, a small chunk of armor piercing. Some bats for tying things up. Good front line. And then Black Knights are going to be our bread and butter unit for this army, and we'll see how they turn out. I think the most attractive thing about them is they seem to be very cheap for what they do, for what they are. And okay, so we do have Helman Gorst mostly healed up here. He could use a couple more units in his army. It's possibly not a bad idea to push him out west as well. Sorry, out east. I don't think we need his help over here. In fact, yeah. Enjoy sitting out in the middle of Altdorf taking attrition. I think we're gonna just put Abarash. Actually, Abarash. Try to assassinate Tamar, Lord of Droners. Or possibly Various Deathcaller. Let's try to kill one of these guys. Success! So Abarash is doing work in here. Getting rid of those guys. Okay, so with Gnome building, we should send Rickert up to actually, where are we sending him? Kemperbad has not started building its walls yet, so we'll send him up here. And yeah, they're still out of range of Wulfric, so if anything fishy happens there, I think we're okay on this side. We need to start pushing out to the east, though. Out east and then north. So Helman Gorst is going to head towards eastern Sylvania. Next turn he'll start recruiting over here as well. Probably use some more Crypt Horrors. In fact, or actually, what does he have? Maybe he could start recruiting over here next turn, just so we can get the army done a turn sooner. In which case, what does his army need? What does his army need? Well, we could use some better skeleton spearmen. So why don't we do that? We'll get better skeleton spearmen. We could use another unit of Crypt Horrors maybe, but I think we have sufficient armor piercing for sure. Although we can always get more armor piercing. So maybe we'll just fill up with a couple more Graveguard with great weapons or something like that. Yeah, because we have poison, we have armor piercing, we have flying, we have everything. It's sort of a well balanced mix that's been doing very well thus far in the game. So yeah, I think that's good. Actually, what I might give might give her one of these Sabscrath, whatever. She's already hurling fireballs, and that's thematic as well, so we'll just have her just throwing magic down. So that's good. Alright, everybody's moved. Everybody's moved except for Kemmler, who's just having a party. Magdalene is keeping an eye on the dwarven situation. They seem to have dispersed down south. I think there's greenskins here taking care of them. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell, but I hope that's what's happening down there. Alternately, it could be just dwarves taking over the world. It could be just dwarves taking over the world down there. It seems that the dwarves have built up rather than out. Okay, so oh my god. So yeah, don't worry, Kislev. Everything's gonna be fine. As they're surrounded by, what is that? Five chaos armies, a Bray Herd of Chaos. Oh, there's a Norska army as well. There's also an army from Norska.
Don't underestimate the danger thou art in.
Alright, the Vanaheimlings want to offer me 750 for peace. I'm going to take it. I'd rather have the I had to go to war with them because they were just sat in my land for no reason. The Vanaheimlings are the only free, the only non-enslaved Norskins right now, so that's fine. Altdorf, that's okay. Ragnar Bloody Hand has hindered Melchior's arm. Well, he's going to regen it right now anyway. We could obtain a potion of healing by slaying the stunted. Carry out a successful assassination attempt against Lorgazor Bright Axe. Give it a shot. Pretty good chance. Alright. Potion of healing. That was easy. Right click on this guy. Okay. Here's your reward. Alright. So we can get her up to Infiltrator that does more wall breaches. Is there anything up here we want? Propagandist would be pretty helpful, I think. So let's get her into the second tier here. Infiltrator itself is kind of meh, but the rest is fairly okay. Okay. Helming Gorst. We're sending him into regular stance. Get up to Castle Tempelhof. In fact, actually, we're going to get him just up here. We don't need to help with public order or anything. So, I think actually we're going to turf the Skeleton Spearmen. We're going to go for a full-on elite army, I think. Because that's what we're going to need to fight chaos effectively. So I think Melchior, is that Melchior? I think Melchior's army is going to be after the Bray Herd, and Helmut Gorst's army is going to be focused on chaos. So I think he just needs more armor piercing.
I will attend to
And then what else? What else could he use? Lots of good stuff here. Lots of good stuff. I feel like Black Knights could be okay. If we're going to be fighting chaos, though, you know what? No, I think I'm just going to dump the Skeleton Spearmen, and I'm just going to go full on Grave Guard with great weapons to fill up the rest of this army. Go as armor piercing as possible. We're going to just go straight through that armor. All that chaos is gonna have to deal with Helmut Gorst because he's the guy with the recruit army guys. Words. Okay, Ludwig. We've already raised all the dead here. Is he in range to hit Mount Gunbat? I think he is. No, only if we force march. Okay.
Such a thing is
One more
impossible.
turn. Just keep
No,
on creeping
you
up
think
forward.
like them.
Dwarves don't seem to be raising an army here or anything, so that's good. It took us like 5 turns to get through the year, though, and I really hope they don't have they're not going to chase us up through the underway here. I don't think the AI is quite clever enough to do that, but you never know. You never do know.
Don't think so.
Okay, so I think, look at our forces. Heinrich Kemmler is up here, besieged again.
Commit, minions.
Just knock those guys out. Force them to keep taking attrition out in the field here. While Abarash, do anything to these guys? No, they're still 3 more turns of that. But we could try assassinating this guy. Oh no, because he assassinated someone last turn. So why don't we just buff up the happiness here? Spend a turn making everybody in Altdorf happy. And I have an empty building slot here. That's kind of weird. Okay, but what we were going to do is we were going to start...
I'll remake Van Helsing.
We were going to build walls in Kemperbad because it's stupid not to. It's stupid not to. Alright, do we want money or corruption? I think money, because that's only going to affect these regions here that are already fully corrupted. So I think we're just going to go for money over there. And then we're going to send Rickert over this way to, I think, right, we were going to, I keep forgetting to do this, build the Altdorf Conclave of Forbidden Magic, which is going to take a whole bunch of money, but next turn we should get a bunch from the dwarves. They're going to, well, it'll take a turn or two, but you get the idea. Alright, end turn 153. See what Chaos decides to do to us. Dwarves wandering around, Clan Engrind doing nothing. Where's the Chaos? What are you up to? Alright, they're just gonna again sort of stand around taking attrition. I guess they're recruiting stuff. That's another Norse Gunnar. Oh my god. Alright, I hope the Van Heimlings do something over there and they didn't make peace with me because they're about to die. Okay, so this is this army here. I think we're going to have to fight this because the auto-resolve says we're going to lose, because we're definitely not going to lose. Famous last words. But yeah, I don't see how a bunch of dogs are going to take a fortress. Just don't really see how it's going to happen. Battle of Kislev. I mean, we're immediately going to lose it after this, but, I mean, we defended it for, I think, quite effectively for quite quite a long time. And it would be useful for us to be able to distract the Ever-Chosen with Kislev for as long as we possibly can. Alright, so let's go ahead and just group things up, our flyer units up as we usually do. The Bats in Group 5 and the Bargeist in Group 6. We'll use them to push in as needed here and there. They have 2 towers over here with Chaos Marauders. So 3 units of Chaos Marauders over there. Most of their army is on the left. 2 towers, 2 rams going for 1 gate. Okay. AI clearly doesn't know what rams are for. Big ol' mass of Chaos Warhounds and Marauder Horsemen, who are not going to have a good day. So I think we're going to have... Alright, first of all y'all get off the walls. Dummies do not know what they're doing. Okay, so I think on the gate on the left we can just have 1 unit of Graveguard, and we're going to actually take our weakest unit of Crypt Ghouls and just sit them right on top of each other. So that'll be the force sitting there. The reason for that is that we'll get poison damage and the anti-infantry bonuses for whatever comes through the door here. So put those guys in guard mode, and sent them as Group 1. So they're just going to sit here and hold the door. I don't think anything is going to get through. We might want to just take our units of zombies, which are not going to be good for anything else, and put them in here just to hold the back line. So they will be our lord. We could use possibly... Okay, I think we're going to go for Crypt Ghouls up here with Graveguard next to them. And then possibly some more Crypt Ghouls here. And then... okay. Those guys are up on that wall. And then I think we're going to take and put a unit of Crypt Ghouls and a unit of Graveguard up here. And I think that's enough to hold this side by themselves. That'll be Group 3. I think we have these guys just as reserve forces, so they can just sort of, well, we can keep most of them, or we can keep a few units down here, and then just one unit up here spread super thin to man both of these towers. And then we can wrap around and do some things with the flying units as we see fit. But I think this is going to be very heavily in our favor. Let's go ahead and start the battle here. Try to get the towers to focus in on the same tower. Get some hits while they can both fire at the same place. No, yes. Are you gonna do anything about this? I don't think we're going to take down any towers. Kislev is much too low level to... maybe. No. I think these towers are all going to make it for walls. That one's barely even damaged. That one's got a decent amount of hurt coming into it. Well, this one I think we're going to send to shoot at the Martyr Horsemen instead. This one's doing a good job on them and them. Martyr Horsemen, of course, are annoying because they're going to try to... yeah, so that's not doing any good. Shoot at the Chaos Marauders themselves. Alright, so we're getting some incoming missile fire here from the Marauder Horsemen, but I don't think it'll be enough to actually do anything. Let's get one of these units over here. Actually, up here would be best. Or perhaps up here. Alright, Vargeist could get involved. Yeah, send the Vargeist up over here. And then we'll come in from behind and smash into these Chaos Marauders from the backside. Actually, why don't we just hit these Marauder Horsemen while they're vulnerable here. That should go very heavily in our favor. Marauder Horsemen should just die straight out to Vargeists. I forget how big Vargeist is supposed to be. They don't look that big when I'm zoomed all the way out. Yeah, so that took care of them. Oh, get out of there. Okay, now they're bogged down in wolves, so that's not good. Let's try to get the bats into here. Yeah, Vargeist not having a good day. Alright, well there go the Vargeists. Okay, the bats can potentially help out here though. I think we probably won over here, or at least we're winning. Yeah. Yeah, so these Chaos Marauders are giving up. Marauder Horsemen, of course, not having a good day. Vargeist, just sit up here, maybe stop crumbling. Okay, these bats need to get in here and help. These crypt ghouls can also try to help with the Lord. Doing fairly reasonably well down in the gate here. And they have broken through, but not really. Make a nice little mosh pit here. Yeah, all these units are able to focus in on there. Yeah, that was a bad move on my part, dying, getting my, okay, let's get these guys into here, and these, maybe unit of zombies just follow these Chaos Marauders out. Alright, Vargeist's just about willing to fight again. Let's get the bats into these Chaos Marauders. These guys can help out with the Lord. Alright, bats move back. And then get in the Marauder Horsemen. That makes more sense? Yeah, okay. Thought maybe you were a little bit confused there. Okay. So this is mostly taken care of. I think these guys need to give chase. Or I guess these zombies should go after these ones. And these guys should go down here. Make sure they leave for good, retake the gate, that sort of thing. Alright. Then the bats can possibly, if I'm lucky. Oh, nope, Marauders are moving out of there. Let's get the bats back over here. What are the bats doing? Up here, guys. Move over here. Over here. Bats are choosing instead to just stand around and get shot to pieces. Well, not stand. Float around, hover. Okay, their Lord is pretty beat up. If we can get rid of him properly, that would be good. These guys should move up here, make a second line. Alright, zombies here need to get back in. Bats can get back over here. Deal with their Lord. I wonder if a good round of terror could actually. You know, why don't we send the Vargeist into their Lord? That seems like good use for them. So he's not having a good day. Poor Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Alright, we are having some trouble over here, so why don't we get these guys down as well. As well as these guys, help out over here. Our guys are doing work against their Lord. These guys also need to get in. A whole bunch of units all just scrunched into this tiny little space here. And if we kill their Lord, I think that will spell the end for them. Just a couple more hits here. Should finish him off. A couple more good hits, guys. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Everybody crunch in there. Keep them from getting through the gate. Alright, their wolves are moving off. Everything's moving off. Okay. Looks like we have won it. Go ahead and speed things up. Let retake the towers and whatnot, so that we can shoot at them as they retreat. But that has taken care of it. So let's go ahead and end the battle. Gives close victory, but I think it was a It's that's how sieges go. The AI really shouldn't. I mean, it really wasn't the AI's. Like, that wasn't the battle AI's fault. That was entirely the campaign AI who just recruited dogs to siege castle. I don't know how else to put it. It's I personally would not try to get dogs to siege a castle. That seems like a bad plan. So Kislev is saved and will be safe forever. I think that's the message of this episode. I mean, we could go for some replenishment, but I think there's nothing we can do. Next turn we're going to die no matter what, so we're just going to take the money. Okay, I'm just going to okay my way through all this, head back up north, and I think that's a good way to end the episode here, guys, on a high note. And as I said, Kislev will obviously live forever. I mean, I don't see any reason why Kislev should ever fall. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought of the video below, and we'll see you around here next time.